go? Yeah. All right. Okay. So Matterport. What is Matterport? Matterport is a company that is transforming the physical world. We're at the inflection point as we stand here now. The digitization of the built world is happening. What does that mean? What does it mean when buildings become data? We've been living in a digital age now for, 20 years. And we've seen all sorts of transformations, whether it's retail being transformed by the digital age into e-commerce, or it's financial services being transformed into fintech. Well, now we're starting to see technology and data make a profound impact on the world around us, and specifically in properties, buildings, and real estate. And it's a great big world out there when we think about the potential impact of technology and data on this industry. There's 4 billion buildings. And inside those buildings are lots of tenants, lots of apartments, lots of condos, lots of office space. Over 20 billion to be exact, and growing. It is an enormous frontier that is being disrupted in some of the best ways with technology. Yet, it's one of these industries that I would describe as still being largely offline. And for no other reason than just the massive scope that this market covers. And what does that mean? Well, we saw what these transformations did in all of these other industries, like e-commerce and financial services. These were multi-billion-dollar transformations, maybe even tens of billions. And in real estate, it's even more. Just to put it in perspective, the sum total of all real estate in the world, office, real estate, residential, you name it, take a guess, $230 trillion asset class. It's the largest asset class in the world. 8 times the sum total of all publicly listed companies in the world. Just to put it in perspective, it's a really, really big deal. And so Matterport has a modest and humble mission in all of this. We are focused on digitizing and indexing all buildings in the built world. If it's a building, if it exists, if it's part of the 4 billion, we want it. And so how do we do this? Well, over here are all my friends. These are the capture devices and technology that have paved the way for building digitization 8 years ago. So many Matterport employees here, including the founders and inventors of this incredible technology. This is the Pro 2 camera right here. Kind of looks a little bit like Darth Vader, my buddy. But this is one of the most sophisticated capture devices in existence. And it was invented years ago, and there's still nothing like it in its class. Because effectively, it can capture data that allows us to transform any photograph into accurate 3-dimensional spaces. We're off and running. There's a lot more to do. Matterport now has over 2 billion, excuse me, I wish it was 2 billion. Getting close. 2 million spaces, and now I think it's really 80 countries and growing. We're adding over 75,000 new buildings and spaces every month, and that number is growing double digits month over month. We're just off and running with some exciting technology, and I'm going to tell you why it's moving so fast. It's not just about this camera technology over here. It's about another transformation that's taking place right at Matterport itself. But before we do, just a little bit of a walk around what's Matterportable. Like I said, if it exists in the physical world, we've probably Matterported 1 or 2 of them. So kind of going around the pictures here, we love doing construction sites and creating full 3D replications of every stage of the development and build process. We love doing private jets. We love doing yachts. We love doing the 21 Club, a famous restaurant, mysterious restaurant in New York City. We love doing infrastructure. Yes, boiler rooms and the technology that powers awesome buildings like this one, which is LEED Platinum. And of course, beautiful homes and properties like 950 Lombard, and even one of the most interesting and architecturally significant planetariums in Hamburg, Germany. These are some of the companies that have been using Matterport for years, and it's an interesting mix. Some of our partners here represented on the left, great partners, great champions of the technology, many of them for years, and then just a select group of folks from commercial real estate, Nike, LinkedIn. Redfin is standardized on Matterport as the way to create a visual representation of every single property on Redfin. It's fantastic. This is 6 or 9 of our customers. We have 32,000 in 50 countries around the world. And let's talk about what Matterport can do. Now, before anybody here makes a buying decision on 950 Lombard, the first thing you need to do is check out your neighbors. This is a Matterport space to the north. This is the San Francisco Art Institute, that beautiful tower right off the infinity pool. We've Matterported it. This is the view out of the tower. And if you look a little further to the north, there's another neighbor, way out there in the water. That's Alcatraz. And you might be interested to know that we've also Matterported Alcatraz. And if you happen to get around one of those kiosks that's outside on the terrace after the talk, you can actually go through an amazing tour of Alcatraz, unlike any tour you've ever seen before, complete with an art exhibition inside the hospital facility of the island. It's super cool. All right, but what did we really come here for? We came here to talk about the digital twin of 950 Lombard. This is one of the most ambitious projects that Matterport has taken up. It is a multi-level property. We're standing in 2 stories underground. I'm taking you up to the garage and bedroom and lounge level. Now we're up at the terrace and the kitchen and the living area, and then the extraordinary master suite here to the right. Let's go take a look at this. All in true 3D. Extraordinary views, all captured with Matterport in a matter of a couple of hours. Looking out over this great deck. Let's go down onto the terrace. With Matterport, you can look at any view in true 3D at any time of day. So you want to see that great night view, maybe out by the pool, or how about the terrace underneath the pool? Drop in, unbelievable. This gives you a perspective on a property, maybe even better than being in the property yourself. I don't know, you'll judge for yourself, you get to walk around and compare the two. Now, let's see if we can wander back from this terrace, back towards right where we are here in the gallery. So here I am moving through the space. This is not a video. This is a full 3D rendering, rolling in real time, of the model that we recreated with this camera set right over here. And you can see us coming right up to the end, and we're right here at the balcony. Make a turn, we're going to break in, and a turn to the right, and there we are, right? I think it looks like a twin. Now, this is such an extraordinary space that we're all standing in. Greg's going to tell us a little bit about it, but the amount of energy and excavation and construction and material that goes into creating such a dramatic gallery that literally, I think I'm told it's to the scale of a half-court basketball, so we could actually have a real game here after this event. Or, if you notice all of the computer-controlled disco lights, I think we might be clubbing. But one of the things, Pete, that you want to know, when everybody walks into the spaces, we were observing it, how high are these ceilings? How big are these walls? And what kind of artwork could I hang? Or how big a projection could we put up here for an event? Well, one of the things that we're announcing as part of Matterport's next generation capability is not just an amazing 3D walkthrough of the space, but everything that Matterport sees when it builds a house is dimensionally accurate down to a centimeter. It's extraordinary. But we haven't made that easy for all of the customers to get their hands on. And now, the software, the artificial intelligence is going to do it for you. The push of a button, watch what happens. This is our software. This is not doctored up. This is not a movie. This is Matterport dynamically creating measurements of all of the most important walls, ceiling heights, length, widths, and so much more. Here we are down in that subterranean 2 stories. We can pan back up. Let's flip this extraordinary property on its side. Drop in, and now we can come right across from the art gallery upstairs, down the hallway, through the bedrooms, all measured with that accuracy across the board. Now, even cooler, you drop in, and now I'm in the living room. Well, what's happening here? Let's say you're just a customer who wants to come in and use the Matterport space to explore this home. Maybe you're interested in buying it. Well, just by dragging your finger across your iPad or your smartphone while you're inside and exploring 950 Lombard yourself, you could say, how big is that couch? How long is that sliding glass door open? Just drag and drop. How tall is that lamp that's right next to the couch? Easy to do with the swipe of a finger. And the precision is better than any contractor with a laser measuring device could tell you if they were physically in the space themselves. How is that possible? How does it get all of that information? Well, I'm going to show you something in the next clip that peels back the layer. I'm going to go down into the Matterport data layer. What you saw up here was our stunning photorealism. This is what Matterport sees. As we were making our way back on that last tour, coming down to the gallery space, this is the point cloud. This is the spatial data in 3D. It's an extraordinary amount of data and information. And so you could imagine the least we could do is get the dimensions right in place, right? Look at how much information is there. And we can do so much more. The software will tell you how many pieces of art are on the wall. It can tell you how many projectors are in the room. It can count people. It can count how many stools. As we Matterported this space, our computer vision technology can take inventory of how many refrigerators, kitchens, how many windows, what direction they're facing, what size are the windows. Adding all of this information up creates a digital system of record that would be really hard to do as a human being and keep it all straight, much less have it all precise. So this becomes a new form of appraisal. This becomes a new manifest for your insurance company that has more detail about not just the structure of the building itself, but an inventory of everything and all of the contents inside. All right. The next part is, what are we looking at here? The data set that you just saw was really that. And the second thing that we're announcing is we're unlocking Matterport and letting it out of the cage. So we took that same data captured with this same camera and just passed it into Autodesk. And so what you're looking at here is an Autodesk CAD viewer, and this could be AutoCAD itself, it could be Revit, and we've exploded the pieces of the model right from Matterport. So this was just a matter of a few clicks out from our beautiful photography, and now any architect or engineer can take hold of this. I click again, you can have cross sections and cut throughs and see any aspect of the infrastructure that constitutes the building. All from a Matterport scan that can be done in most houses, not this house, it's an extraordinary house, it's beautiful and it's very big. Most houses in an hour or less. This one, you know, we put some blood, sweat, and tears into getting this done. Thank you, Greg. All right. And this is really exciting because when you open up this data, the kinds of possibilities are unlimited. It's not just about moving, data into AutoCAD, but some of our most popular and favorite features of Matterport today are scan a house, scan this room. It has no furniture in it. We can pass this to a number of our friendly third-party developers who can put virtual staging and virtual furniture in place that is so realistic you can't tell that it's not real. But the cool part is you let the customer decide what kind of furniture they want to see. So when you show that virtual open house, you like contemporary, boom, the house is staged in contemporary. You like traditional, boom. You like antiques, you want to change the art on the wall, it is now all configurable, just as, pointing and clicking. Super powerful stuff. And historically, we built this business in a very proprietary way around a very highly vertically integrated solution from camera to Matterport. And now we're opening up the platform to a huge ecosystem of experiences and partners who are just getting started. Okay. So, what's next? Now, there's one part about this house that really is not available to you during the tour. And cater food, we had to hijack the garage. And that's where they're set up, preparing and doing all of this awesome stuff. However, the garage is very important in any purchase decision, and trust me, this is a garage that would weigh heavily in a very favorable way in such a purchase consideration because it's extraordinary. But these types of limitations have never stopped Matterport before. So if I can direct your attention to this direction, we will knock this wall down. And ladies and gentlemen, we will bring you into the garage at scale with a motorized turnstile, so those 3- and 4-point nerve-wracking turnarounds with your expensive rolls are a thing of the past. And it's an unbelievable driveway. Look at the, just the entrance to this thing is right out of Hollywood. Now, before I go further, what's missing from this, right? It's one thing to have, yes, somebody said it. Okay, it looks like a pretty good sized garage, could fit a couple of cars, maybe more. The turnstile makes it real easy. Well, you heard me talking about the importance of opening this platform up. And we've done that with partners who have created phenomenal 3D objects of everything. And what have they made 3D objects of? Cars. To scale, dimensionally accurate, let's go for a fly-through of this garage at Residence 950. Dropping in a Tesla, Ferrari, I'm not sure, it looks like a Lambo, and this is all plug and play. So you could get, if you happen to have Range Rovers, you happen to have Tesla Model 3, Model S, or any combination, drop them in to be sure not only do they fit, but that there's a comfortable amount of space between them, no stress, right? All done without ever having to drive a car into the garage and get any kind of road tire, dirt in Greg's awesome driveway. That's what we want. That's what the future of the built world looks like when buildings become data. The third announcement, and I think it's the one that still blows me away, and I work for this company. All of that experience that you just saw, not going to pull through Greg's pretty wall here into the garage. The model of that garage and the Tesla, the Ferrari, and the Lambo were all captured, not with the Pro 2, not with the Leica, not with these 360 cameras. Wait for it. They're captured with this smartphone that any of you have in your hand. This is not a trick smartphone. It's not one that we specially made. It's a big part of the announcement. This is really hard to do. So hard to do that, in fact, we thought it was a couple years away. But it's a real testament to how good Cortex, the AI software under the hood, is getting, and also how good our engineers are. Because this is such a small camera with a narrow field of view. And so many people have tried to do this before with just not exacting results. And if it's not good enough for the built world, we're not going to ship it. But it was so good that we brought it in here and we were able to create something literally by standing around and capturing it. It's so easy to use, I'd like to show it to you. Just like taking a photo, before beta, coming next quarter. Just like taking a photo, connect the dots. This was my head of design, Dave Littman, scanning this very gallery. This is a tough one for a small little phone camera to get such a voluminous space and get it right. Look what he's doing. He's just going around, grabbing the walls. Matterport is stitching it together, and it gives you what's called a photosphere. You put 3 or 4 photospheres together, which is exactly what Dave did, and this is Matterport's smartphone capture in a 2-story voluminous half-court basketball space, shot in a matter of minutes. It's okay, you can I know the silence was you were standing there going, I can't believe it either. It was a moment of gas, it's okay. But ladies and gentlemen, these were the 3 big things that we wanted to share with you. We were so delighted and actually so fired up at the ambitious challenge of creating President's 950, that it just couldn't have been a more perfect venue to bring all of these great folks together, help us support building the next generation of this company, and maybe moving the real estate industry and the built world just a little bit further forward tonight. So thank you very much. Thank you.